y dos, y dos, una, y dos, una, y dos.
Hello and welcome to Cortes NYC Livestream, the podcast. This show broadcasts twice a week out of New York City. We are your hosts, Cortes NYC
and Carla de Puerto Rico.
And on the show, we talk about art, creativity, city life from a Latino perspective. I'm a visual artist.
And I'm a singer.
And this is episode 44, Vacation.
As always, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Spotify, and also on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr.
And don't forget my online store, cortesnyc.bigcartel.com. You can find graffiti pins, posters, stickers, and original art on there for sale. And again, as always, quick shout out to our friends out on Instagram, people supporting, liking. Shout out to Mears and Marie.
Yes, follow them on their new Instagram for the new project. It's called Mosa Barry. You can follow in there to get more details and sneak peeks.
All right, and let's get on with this. Hey, vacation. End of the summer, and we're here talking about vacation.
Well, just in case you want to take a vacation for October or something, you always need vacations.
True. Now, well, I guess it's the end of the summer, and we're thinking about how we could plan maybe next year.
Yeah.
A little differently. But the topic that I want to talk about was, because we've been on little road trips and trying to take little times off and whatever, and trying to enjoy whatever little days off we have in this month. And I started thinking about how to stay creative during a vacation or during a time off. It's difficult to stay creative if you're supposed to relax.
Right.
But if you really, if art is your passion, you're gonna end up trying to figure out ways to stay creative even while you're supposed to be relaxing. And what I did is I looked up online to see if there was any advice on how to stay creative.
During vacation?
While vacation. I found some suggestions. There was a list, website that had some suggestions. I thought some of them were pretty good. Some stuff is just stuff that you already know that you would probably consider anyway.
Yeah.
But before I go on to this list, let me ask you.
I say to myself, in your free time, how can you stay thinking about creative, developing your creativity, right?
Right.
So like listening to music, watching movies, or even practicing new songs. Those are type of things that I've found that help me to stay creative. Also listening to music. Sometimes because of the routine, I don't listen to a lot of music.
Right.
So I've found that if I listen to music, I get more into different rhythms, different lyrics and stuff like that to stay creative.
Okay. I guess maybe something we should define right now is vacation.
Yeah.
I guess we have to define vacation, and then we have to define staying creative or being creative on a vacation. So number one, vacation. What we mean by vacation, I guess, is not just a time off. It's actually a recreational time, an actual vacation, an actual go somewhere where you are actually, let's say, going to a beach, going to a getaway somewhere, going to visiting some foreign place, some new city or something, like somewhere that it's going to actually take your attention and entertain you and give you some recreation. So that's what we mean by vacation. We mean like something
a
that's
place that you planned out to go away, let's say.
Yeah. But what I really am getting to the source of it is something that's going to entertain you or occupy your attention. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is like, so how do you stay creative while on a vacation that's supposed to be entertaining your mind?
Yeah.
But some of us that, are constantly being creative, like we still feel that desire to be creative while on a vacation, on a planned trip.
Yeah.
And I think that's the balance that it's like for some of us, staying creative means work. But you don't want to work. You want to actually really just be creative and have fun while you're having fun on your vacation. So it's kind of like a gray area there.
Yeah, how to mix both things without make it seem as if is work because
Right.
it's not supposed to.
Exactly. That's where I'm kind of driving to. And I guess that's the difference between, let's say if you're a painter, right? And the difference between, let's say, being a painter and saying, I'm going to go on vacation and take a guitar and play some music versus saying, I'm a painter, I'm going to go on vacation and finish my paintings that I'm supposed to, that are due.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, then you're just taking work with you, and it's just work. So I think I just want to like pinpoint that. Let's define that. How do you stay creative or entertain your creativity while on a vacation that's supposed to be entertaining and recreational, right? So, all right. So that's our little narrow definition there. That are little perimeters, and then defining what does it mean to be creative on your vacation? What does it mean to be creative? Creative could be anything. Creative could just be daydreaming. Creative could be writing, anything. It could be singing. It could be dancing. It could be being silly and just making sandcastles on a beach. I mean, that's staying creative.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with your job.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's what we're trying to get at is like, how do you still nurture that creativity so that your vacation time is not only a vacation for your body and for, you know, your consciousness, but also a vacation for your creativity, a vacation for
Like
your
a
spirit,
retreat.
like a retreat, a vacation for your soul, for your spirit. You know what I mean? So that you recharge your energy, so that when you come back, you don't feel like, well, I just goofed off for 2 weeks and now I'm back, and you know,
Right.
like you want to feel like you also recharged a bit of your creativity.
Yeah.
Now, some artists will tell you, well, any vacation or any time off is good time because it recharges you. Like some artists will tell you, like it doesn't matter, even if you're goofing off, that'll recharge you. If you're that kind of person, then that's cool. I think I'm more sticking to the perimeters that goofing off is goofing off. You still need to kind of, it's got to be something, you got to give it a little creativity there. I think it needs to be a little bit challenging. It should have something that's challenging, but something that just kind of makes you kind of break out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another part of the perimeter is this creative activity should break you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like, I'm on vacation and now I'm going to be in my comfort zone creatively on my vacation. You should find something that kind of opens you up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that when you come back, you have something new in your head.
So how do you do that? Okay,
so then that's where we have these suggestions. I think these suggestions might be good. Let's try some of them.
Yeah.
So one of the suggestions here is draw something you normally wouldn't.
Okay, that's easy in a way. It's difficult, but
it's easy in a way, but it goes to the heart of what I was talking about. Draw something you normally wouldn't. So out of your comfort zone, but still something creative, something fun, something that you enjoy. It says pick something you wouldn't normally think to doodle, like street signs or beer labels, plants, statues. You know, sketch something every day. So they're saying like no subject is too dumb. You know what I mean? Like, let's say if you spend your vacation time and you spend the mornings, let's say, you know, sketching out the window of whatever hotel you're in, or maybe sketching, if you rented a car, sketch the car you rented. Like sketch something that you really normally draw something, or sketch something you normally wouldn't draw. Let's say if you never took the time to draw your kids, for example, and you're on vacation. Do quick little sketches of your kids. You know what I mean? If that's not normally your thing, then try it. You know, do a quick sketch just to kind of break the monotony of what you're normally doing on your So that's what I think the heart of what I'm getting at is. How do you break out of your regular creative routine while on vacation to enjoy your vacation time and still have a creative vacation?
Right.
A little break. So another one that they're saying is keep a journal, but make the journal subject something silly. So keep a journal of the beers you drank, or the drinks you had, or the places you saw, or maybe the breakfasts that you had, and just keep a journal of it. And every day, just write it down, maybe do a little sketch of it, or even just describe it in a journal. And just by having that little routine of just doing something out of the ordinary, a little silly, but you're writing. and challenge yourself to actually write something interesting about it. Maybe keeping a journal of, if you want to get out of food and all that, maybe keep a journal of the most out of the ordinary part of your vacation for the day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's traveling. Maybe you're at a place and you have to take a bus to go see the thing that you came to see. Mm-hmm. So maybe take a journal and write down what every little bus, every little car ride was like. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just describe it. Today we got in a bus. It was like this, blah, blah. So these little descriptions, this little journaling, this creative writing, you know what I mean? It kind of breaks you out of your comfort zone. Maybe just write a journal about what you wore and why you wore every day. Like, today I wore this, and why did I wear that? Well, because, I'm on vacation and I like these shorts and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But that's the kind of thinking that just kind of will break you out of your normal, monotonous, routine. I don't think we ever think about what we drink every day, wear every day. No. I mean, not all of us. Some of us do, right? But most of us don't. Most of us don't do things like this. So I think that's another good suggestion, a little creative journal. Yeah. You choose the creative journal you want to write about, but just invent one. Find a new subject matter to photograph every day. I think that's pretty typical on Instagram. Yeah. Like, you go on vacation and you pick of the day, photo of the day.
Exactly. OOTD.
Exactly. So I think that's kind of a cliche one. Photograph every day. At the start of your day, pick something random to photograph. A scavenger hunt. Make it a scavenger hunt. Maybe it's for the day, decide that you're gonna just take pictures of things that are red, and just look for things in your day that are red, and take pictures of that. Or only doors. Wherever you see a door, take a picture of a door, and just see how many doors you end up taking pictures of at the end of the day.
Right.
Things like that. I guess this is a suggestion to just kind of break out of the normal.
And open your creativity, because maybe you see a texture you've never seen before, an object you've never seen before. So, right.
And also maybe you just end up seeing something about your vacation that you didn't realize, like that the architecture in the place, or if we're talking about things that are red, like you start noticing the local color of the environment that you're in, and you start realizing, oh wow, that there's a commonality in the colors that I'm seeing. So I don't know, that's another interesting suggestion. Another suggestion is do something with your hands. This is a pretty good one, and I think this is something that makes sense.
Okay.
If you're a very tactile person, so do something with your hands, something like knitting, cross stitching, anything that has to do a coloring book, like some sort of coloring book, anything that is just silly but keeps your hands occupied. Origami, for example. Like maybe you decide, hey, why not buy a book on origami?
Yeah.
Or look up at a website for origami. Take some paper, and while you're waiting on the bus, while you're going on the tour, try one of the origami pieces.
I should do that.
And then by the end of the vacation, see how many little pieces you made.
Yeah.
And that's your memory. When you bring it back home, now you got a little souvenir of the trip. You brought back these little origami things that you made.
And you did it yourself, you see?
Exactly. So I think the idea on that suggestion is keeping your hands occupied.
Yeah.
Just to make your motor skills move and be creative while you're enjoying yourself in a new environment, in a recreational environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's kind of interesting. Also, I think some of these suggestions give you something to talk about while you're on vacation, while you're waiting online. Let's say at Disneyland, and you're waiting online for an hour and a half for a ride, and you're doing your little origami thing, and people are like, "What the hell are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, on this vacation I decided to do this." And if you really are an artist, you're not gonna give a shit what people think. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're gonna do it for you, and you're gonna reap the rewards at the end. You're the one who's gonna say when you go back home, "Oh wow, look at what my vacation was like."
Yeah.
You're gonna have that memory. So keeping your hands occupied, that's a good one. I think knitting. I'm sure a lot of people who like to knit, and I think that's a good suggestion for them.
I've seen that a
lot. Yeah. This is a very good one, actually. This next one. Try writing in the local language.
That's a good one.
That's a very interesting one. And this made me think of John Smalls. Art by Smalls, The Grin from Chico and the Grin. Because he's traveled a lot, and he's gone, overseas. He's gone to Europe, Asia, and he knows different languages.
Yeah.
And he's familiar enough with other languages that I think that would be an interesting challenge for him to, while on vacation, have a little journal and to not just sketch, but actually write little paragraphs or phrases in a foreign language.
That would be cool.
Because by the end,
journal, it will look super nice.
Yeah, and by the end, you actually learn little phrases and kind of helps you to blend into the environment that you're in, you know, to accept the language and be involved. I think that would be very interesting.
That would be nice.
So it says here, if you're in a country where English isn't the primary language, try to learn the local writing system, sketch it out in a journal, get to know the letters or the characters, then try writing a sentence, your name, or even a haiku in the language. You might just find that using a different language enables you to be honest in new ways. I think that's a very interesting suggestion, especially for some of you artists out there who like to travel and maybe like to explore other cultures. It's another way to explore another culture. All right, another one here is capture a landscape in a new medium every day. That one is interesting, might be a little difficult.
Yeah, because what if you don't have different mediums?
Yeah, that one's a little tough. So capture a landscape in a new medium every day. Download a few creative apps and try using a different one every day to capture a landscape in different ways. They're talking about like I mean, that's a good suggestion also. I mean, if you have an app that allows you to maybe sketch in ink, sketch in color, sketch in like a pencil tool, maybe take a photograph and add filters to it, and then just keep adding these new medium, you know, of these landscapes, so that by the end of your vacation you have some that look like pencil sketches, some that look like pen sketches, and you know, some that look like photo collages. I guess that could be. I'm not that suggestion is a little tough.
But you do it. They're saying for you to do it on your phone.
They're suggesting to do it on your phone.
Oh, okay.
Because they're assuming that most of us, the average person, might be more tech savvy. Everybody has a phone in their hand, so I get that one. All right, and so then lastly on this little list here, it says pick a family member to share moments with. This is interesting, maybe creative, but I think it's more family-based, family-oriented.
More social.
Yeah, more social. But it says do something like maybe with your parents or your spouse or your siblings, or maybe somebody who's back at home who wasn't able to go to vacation with you. Send them photos, send them daily recaps, talk about food tasting. Pick a family member to share moments with, and just, it's not that you have to tell them, hey, on this vacation we're gonna share this, but just that you yourself decide that on this vacation I'm gonna share this vacation with a certain person. Yeah. And send that information back to them. Send them back photos. Let them know, like, hey, today I'm eating this. Hey, blah blah blah, and build those moments while you're on vacation purposely. Yeah. I think the part of it that makes it creative is that you're doing it on purpose. On purpose. You're making it a project. The person who's receiving the photos and receiving the information might make you see your vacation differently. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like their reaction to what you're sending them and how you're sharing your stuff might make you see your vacation differently, and therefore see it in a more creative way. Open your mind to seeing things differently. That's true. It's almost like having an extra set of eyes while on your vacation, you know? Yeah. To kind of help you interpret what you're experiencing. Yeah.
That's what I feel like. It's more like social, like family connection.
Yeah. All right, and then I think I'll wrap this up by sharing some of my vacation experiences. Definitely, I go on vacation, I like to take a notebook, I like to take a sketchbook. Either at the end of the night or first thing in the morning, I'll just doodle something, I'll sketch something. And that's like my little way of just kind of keeping in touch with, like, you know, sketching and drawing and thinking. I think if I do it early enough where nobody else is really paying attention to what I'm doing, it allows me to just be free and just draw and doodle. Or if I do it at the end of the night when everybody's kind of just wrapping up and going to bed, everybody's exhausted already anyway. Yeah. It's a good time for me to just sit down and even if I'm just doodling some character or like just some lettering, but just anything that just kind of like lets me stay creative and keep my hands moving. I like to do that. I think I would love to plan ahead and do a vacation where maybe I've always wanted to do this, is take some paint and do some like outdoor painting. Yeah. I think that would be like something really new for me and something really different, and I think I would benefit from that because it would be a whole new experience. I mean, I've been looking up like retreats, and they have like these getaway, like open air painting getaways and places where you can go and it's like an artist retreat, which that sounds really interesting, but obviously it's definitely an artist vacation. It's not just a vacation. I think it would be interesting to just take a vacation and just go do some outdoor painting on my own. I think that'd be kind of cool. So I don't know.
That would be cool.
It just takes, I think that's going to take a little bit of planning.
Yeah, definitely. But it will be a different experience, so for sure.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And then obviously videotaping a vacation.
Yeah.
You know, making a video, coming back, editing it, chopping it up. You know, maybe planning something that you're going to record while on vacation so that when you come back, you chop it up and make a video that has, you know, a point, some direction. I think that could be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, there's a little chat about
vacations and art.
Staying creative while on a vacation and how to do that. So this last month, you recorded with my dad.
Yeah.
My father was in town. You guys recorded.
He was visiting, and we took advantage of that time, recorded some songs.
So we want to share with you guys one of the tracks here. This is Carla and my father, Juan Manuel, on guitarlele.
Yeah.
Playing the guitarlele. And this song is called what?
En mi viejo San Juan.
All right.
En mi viejo San Juan, cuántos sueños forjé en mis años de infancia. Mi primera ilusión y mis cuitas de amor son recuerdos del alma. Una tarde partí hacia extraña nación, pues lo quiso el destino. Pero mi corazón se quedó frente al mar en mi viejo San Juan. Adiós, Borinquen querida. Adiós, mi diosa del mar. San Juan. Pero el tiempo pasó y el destino burló mi terrible nostalgia y no pude volver al San Juan que yo amé, pedacito de patria. Mi cabello blanqueó, ya mi vida se va, ya la muerte me llama y no quiero morir alejada de ti, Puerto Rico del alma. Adiós, Borinquen querida. Adiós, mi diosa del mar. Me voy, pero un día volveré
All right, culture talk.
Okay, so this culture talk, we're gonna keep the topic of vacation going on.
Yes.
And I wanted to give you guys some suggestions of places to visit once you're in Puerto Rico.
See, I've been to Puerto Rico. I've seen a lot of it, but I definitely cannot say that I've seen every place. And I'm sure that some of the places that you're going to mention, I'm going to want to go now that you give me the list. I mean, I've been to the west coast of Puerto Rico, and I've seen some of the jungle and some of the different beaches.
Yeah.
But you've pointed out some other places that I'd never even heard of. So
yeah, so
I'm looking forward to this list.
Yeah, so in this list I have some beaches, which is what we're known for. I also have some towns that you should visit once you're in Puerto Rico. Ones are some because of their food, other because of their environment and landscape. And then I have others, places that are more for adventurous people, that they like to hike, that they like to see the mountains from the inside. So it's really amazing.
See, hiking, that sounds like a cool trip.
Yeah.
To take a journal and sketch a bit.
Oh yeah.
Because when you're hiking,
that's totally different environment than what you used to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see, hiking, that right there, you just triggered it.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. You take a little hike. Once you get exhausted and you want to take a break,
Yeah.
you sit on the side,
And
pull out
just-
your notebook,
yeah.
just sketch while you're resting your legs.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. So the first one I have is Cueva Ventana, or the Window Cave. And this one is located in the town of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. And it's
Puerto Rico.
it's like I believe it's like a 30 to 40 minutes ride from the capital, so it's not that far. I went there, and when I went, it was free because you have to get into a cave, which is very dark, and then when you get towards the end of the cave, it's called the Window Cave because when you get to the end, it looks like a window. So you can see the whole landscape of mountains and rivers and stuff like that from that type of window that the cave has naturally.
Yeah, I've seen photos of this online. You guys Google search it if you can. What was it again?
Cueva Ventana. Or you can search
Cueva Ventana Window Cave, Puerto
Cave,
Rico.
Yeah.
Google search it. It's really amazing. It looks really, really good. It's a nice natural arc, like in the mountain, on the side of the mountain. Mm-hmm. And I had never seen that before. When I saw a photo of it, I was like, wow, I really want to see that.
Yeah.
Because the view is beautiful.
That's amazing. And so now they're charging for it. So if you guys planned out to go, just take that in mind, because it's $19 for non-Puerto Rico residents and $10 for Puerto Rico residents.
Get that money, Puerto Rico. Get that money.
Yeah, before it was free. When I saw those prices, I was like, oh my God, I want it for free. So that's Cueva Ventana. And then a town that I feel that you should really visit if you go to Puerto Rico is Rincon. Rincon is in the eastern coast of the island. It's the island's surf capital, and it has the best sunsets in the world because you are right on one of the corners of the island. So that means that you don't see anything else. And once the sun go down, you just see the horizon and the sun going down. So it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful view. It's a different environment, something that you will not see in any city, I feel, in the United States. And because it's a tropical island, you're in the beach, you're having a drink. It's just like so refreshing. I went to Rincon as well with my mother, and it was beautiful. That was the first time I went. It was in 2013, actually, before coming here. And it was amazing. That's a town that I really recommend anybody to go.
I want to go see Rincon. Rincon looks like I mean, from the photos, it just looks like a little, like you got little. It looks like you have little bars and like
Yeah, they
hotels
have
and stuff
hotels.
right by the water.
Yeah, right by the water.
Everything looks very small and quaint. I mean, at least from the photos, it looks like everything's kind of small, quaint, like a little beach town.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like a private space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So then.
Gotta take the guitarlele over there.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah. So the third one will be the Flamenco Beach.
Flamingo or flamenco?
Flamenco.
Oh, really?
That's in Culebra.
Oh, okay.
It's very known by a lot of people. Everybody suggests tourists to go to this area because it's the most beautiful beach in the Caribbean, I would say. The sun is white, the water is clear, it's light blue, so it's beautiful as well. You have to take the ferry from Fajardo to Culebra, and then you get to the beach.
And you know what the ferry means, right? More sketch time.
Exactly.
There
yeah.
you go.
Well, if you can sketch, because those ferries is not the same as the Staten Island ferry.
That's true.
You get a little bit of seasick.
Okay, so then maybe it's more journal documenting time.
Exactly. You're like, oh my God, I'm in this ferry. I'm so sick. Yeah. So that's Flamenco Beach. And then another town you should visit for sure if you're in Puerto Rico is Piñones.
Piñones, where's that?
Piñones, it's near the airport because it's like 15 minutes away from Isla Verde, which is where the airport is. And over there you can eat our food. You can eat alcapurrias, you can eat bacalaitos, you can eat arroz con gandules, and very fresh seafood as well. So I feel like this is a town that you should go. They also have bars, restaurants, like I said, and different places where you can hang out. There's also beaches around, so you can just go ahead and have a good time there as well.
Piñones?
Piñones.
All right.
That was Piñones. Then number 5 I have is called Finca de Girasoles, or Sunflower Farm.
Okay.
This is recent. I think it started to gain fame like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And
I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's new, and it's a farm where they cultivate sunflowers. So the whole farm is full of sunflowers, so everybody goes there to take their, Instagram pictures. But I feel like it's something nice for a tourist to see because they can see how much Puerto Rico has to offer. It's not just tropical, but it also has we also cultivate flowers and the mountainside, so it's so you can have like a broad view of Puerto Rico. I feel you can see something that maybe you can see here in the States you didn't expect it to see in Puerto Rico.
Gotcha.
And then number 6 is called Playa Escondida, or the hidden
beach.
Yeah. And it's on the western side of Seven Seas Beach Cove in Fajardo. And once you get there, then you have to walk 25 minutes to get to this hidden place. And it's beautiful because you have like your own private beach for yourself.
Okay.
And the water is very calm.
No
so
waves?
There's no waves. So if you like that type of environment, maybe you can go there.
Yeah, because that's great for selfies in the water.
Exactly.
Because you don't have to worry about some wave knocking you down.
You know it.
Whatever.
No, but it looks the way that also to get to the place, you have to go through kind of like a jungle. So that
Okay.
also gives you
The
like
little walk, yeah.
like another environment while you're walking. It's kind of cool.
And this is called what?
Playa Escondida.
Playa Escondida. So if I Google search this, I will find it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Look
guys.
it up
so
on
it's
YouTube.
so it's not so hidden.
It's not so hidden anymore. Okay, and the last one I have, this one is the one that is for hiking. So if you like to hike, if you're adventurous, you should go to Pico Rodadero.
Pico Rodadero.
Oh, yeah. Rodadero Peak. Yeah.
Rodadero. What does Rodadero mean?
Rodadero, I think that's the name that it got maybe because of the town that it's in. But Rodadero is something like it's round, like it is rounding, like.
Okay.
You know?
All right, so I guess it has nothing to do with that. All right.
Yeah, no.
So Pico Rodadero. Rodadero.
Pico Rodadero.
Pico Rodadero. And so where is this located and what does it look like and what do you do there?
Yeah, so the peak is high in the mountains of Yauco. Yauco is a town in Puerto Rico. This peak is a rocky outcropping high up 2,850 feet in the Green Mountains. And you can see all the way to the coast and many towns of the surrounding areas once you get there. So you go up by car, the mountain, and then you get to a certain spot where you leave your car, and then it's like a 15-minute walk to the peak. So that's the hiking part. And you start walking and you start seeing the jungle. You have to be careful because sometimes it can be slippery, but that's a different environment for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
And something that tourists should definitely see because, I mean, here you can do hiking, but over there will be in a different weather. It will be different.
I think that's
probably.
something that I would like to see more of in Puerto Rico. I think the majority of the people that go to Puerto Rico, they think of Viejo San Juan, Old San Juan, which is basically seeing the old Spanish colonial kind of structures and architecture.
Yeah.
And they think of the beaches. But the beach is right there by San Juan. But they don't really think beyond that to the natural beauty, like the mountains and the forests
rivers,
and all that.
There are lakes and
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be good to see. Well, thank you very much, Carla, for your list. Now I have new places, new goals, new places to see.
Yeah, I hope this inspire you to take a trip to Puerto Rico.
You wanted me to teach you, right? Street reality.
Hablando español, Carla.
Hablando español.
All right, let's talk. Come on.
How do you say vacations?
How do you say vacations? Vacaciones.
Vacation. Vacaciones. Good. How do you say entertainment?
Entertainment. Entretenimiento.
Oh my god.
How do you say entretenimiento?
You're almost there. Almost there. Entretenimiento.
Entretenimiento.
Yes, you got it.
Yeesh, almost didn't get that one out.
How do you say energy?
Energy. Energía.
Yes.
Easy.
How do you say mountains? Mountains.
Well, mountains, as in mounting, mountains, montañas.
Good. How do you say
Yes.
communality?
Commonality?
Communality.
Shit. No, I don't know. I know común is common, but commonality?
It says, I mean, I looked it up because I didn't know. So it says that it's en común. Oh, they have another word that is comunalidad. Comunalidad.
Comunalidad. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Comunalidad. Comunalidad. Got it. Got it.
And the last one, how do you say pigs?
How do you say what?
Pigs?
Peaks? Not pigs, right?
No.
Peaks.
Pigs.
Try it again. Say it again.
And the last one, how do you say peaks?
Oh, peaks. Peaks sería... ¿Punto? No.
Picos.
Oh, they say Picos.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Because of the peak
Yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
mountain. El Pico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peaks is Pico. All right, I got one for you, or a couple.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna let you off the hook, Carla.
Ugh.
How do you say rainforest in Spanish? All right, first of all, how do you say jungle?
Jungla.
Okay.
O selva.
Okay. Good. But you never use rainforest, though. When you talk about the rainforest?
Yes, we do.
Selva de lluvia.
Rainforest is selva tropical.
Selva tropical. All right. Since we were talking about being on the beach and seeing like in El Rincon, like the huts and like the little houses, the little shacks, do you guys have a name for that? Like the little, I don't know what they be, casitas or whatever, like
Chozas?
chozas. Choza makes sense. That's like a hut, right?
Yeah, kind of like, yeah.
Choza.
But,
I've heard that word.
But the
used.
choza usually is constructed very weak. Like the materials that are used for the choza is almost like the materials that are used for like the indigenous.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying. Like the choza is like a hut made out of plants and
Yeah.
and leaves and
So
palms
it's not
and things like that.
necessarily what you're trying
Not
to
a
say.
shack.
No.
Got you. No, but choza,
Yeah.
I've heard it used for that. So all right, that's a learning one right there. That's something to learn from. Another thing is retreat. Do you have a word for retreat? I think we've said this one before.
I don't have a word for retreat right now on top of my head, but it's like So retreat, according to my research, is Retiro.
Retiro. Okay. Good research, Carla.
Yeah.
Another one. How do you say hiking or hike, to go on a hike?
Hiking, it's
Well, I would imagine it's like caminando, but it's more like a trek or a hike. So it's more like
well, es que en Puerto Rico decimos ir halda arriba.
What?
Halda arriba.
Halda arriba.
That's
You guys
that's-
gotta see her face and her little arm swinging around when she says halda arriba. Like forever, you're going away. You're going pa'l carajo.
No, but I looked that up because that one I didn't know.
Hiking. All right, so what's hiking?
And it says excursionismo.
Excursion. ¿Cómo?
Excursionismo.
Excursionismo. Or excursión?
But it comes from excursión. Yeah.
Excursión, yeah. Excursión.
Which is, yeah.
Hiking. That's an excursion.
El senderismo.
What?
El senderismo.
El senderismo? I haven't heard that one.
I don't know. But okay.
I think the excursion to me makes the most
So
sense.
excursionismo.
All right, Carla.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me some Spanish words there. Especially those last ones. You taught me a lot.
Thank you.
All right, another episode in the bag.
Yes, that's right.
Next episode, we are going to be talking about anniversaries.
Yeah. And marriages.
Yeah. Our anniversary is coming up.
Yes.
So we are going to just kind of talk a little bit about anniversaries and marriage and relationships like that and the positive things. We're not going to dwell in the negatives. We're going to go into the positive.
Yeah. It's gonna be nice.
All right, guys.
Stay tuned.
And as always,
Hablando español.